Guys, quickly before we start the video, I'm going to need each and every one of you to hit that red subscribe button. It's quick, it's easy, it's very simple. Just click the red subscribe button and enjoy the rest of the video. Yo, what's going on guys, poosht here. Welcome back to the channel today. What I have for you guys is the best HOLGER-26 class setup after the new 1.18 update in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now guys, this particular LMG was forgotten by me. I made a video or two on it and then I completely forgot about it. Upon using it again, I dropped 70 kills. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the class setup right now. What I'm running is XRK ultralight barrel, sleight of hand, stippled grip tape, 30 round mags, and Merc foregrip. Now once again, looking at the attributes of this particular weapon, you'll notice 4 attribute buffs. Now if any of you have been around the channel long enough, you know that I do love the class setups that have a lot of attribute buffs. And for this particular class setup we have 4, so I really do enjoy that guys. What we have is increased accuracy, fire rate, mobility, and control, giving this weapon a high accuracy rate with a fire rate buff, increased mobility, and control, in the sense that you're able to really just play with this gun like an assault rifle. It doesn't feel like an LMG at all. It's actually quite amazing. I did really have a lot of fun with it. As I mentioned, I do have a 70 kill game on Rust, getting lots of kill streaks and lots of kills, so definitely enjoy this guys. If you are new to the channel and you enjoy the content at any point, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to turn on post notifications, and also consider dropping a like if you did enjoy the video. With that said, I'm going to leave you with the rest of the gameplay. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Yo, what's going on guys, poosht here. Welcome back to the channel today. I'm doing something a little bit different for the video today. What I'm going to be doing is breaking down my gameplay, kind of showing you guys how I get these insane gameplays. Now in this particular game I don't get a nuke, but I do play very well and end up dropping 70 kills. So I thought what I'd do is just go through my gameplay and let you guys know kind of what I was thinking as I was playing. So we're gonna go from there guys. As of right now, my immediate position on Rust is to get in the middle of the map, while also prioritizing kind of the middle portion of the map. And what I mean by this is the area that I'm currently at gives me basically an angle on literally almost every spot on the map. As you can see, it's almost like a box. You can see the A spawn flag, B spawn right behind me, and also notice the C flag all within this position. So generally speaking, this is where I usually go on the map on Rust. Now as you can see, we run into a little issue already, and that's low ammo count. Now one of the main things that I do wrong, I would say, when I'm playing is I just unleash ammo. Now I don't normally start with scavenger, so a lot of times I end up running out of ammo. But as you can see right now, I go pick up the PP-19 Bison. I do get shot at right here, but I do end up getting out safely. And once again, I'm going back to this middle spot. Now the goal of picking up the PP-19 was so I have an additional weapon where I can still get kills and wait for my ammunition to replenish. Now what I'm doing right here is I'm looking around. I know that my team is at the headquarters right now, which is right in front of me. However, there is a high possibility that they'll be spawning on the C flag and also potentially the B flag, so I'm making sure to stay where my teammates are here. And as you can see, one spawns A flag in that red building. Once again, I'm just maneuvering around the middle area. I'm looking for anybody spawning, nobody C side, looking for somebody behind the crate. I don't see anybody. And in the corner of my eye, I do see somebody spawning in the back of B, and I go get him. One guy tried to come up, and that's my VTOL jet right there guys. So with that said, the enemy did call in a VTOL itself, so I am kind of playing conservative. I'm trying to use this position to my advantage. I don't think the Harrier can kill me from here. However, I'm just kind of playing it cool. I do end up getting another kill here. Notice that they're getting on the HQ, and unfortunately I die. Now guys, I do have my Harrier ready to go, so it's just a matter of time before I call it in. They currently have one now. But kind of as we get on another streak, I want to talk once again about map awareness. And once again guys, that's just basically realizing where you are on the map. Now for this particular instance, I know my teammates are crunched right here, and so the objective what I like to usually do is kind of stay near them, but also venture out a little bit, make sure I can get a nice line of sight, and potentially work my way out of the map. Now, unfortunately, somebody shot me from behind, but I do end up, I think I get him here. Yeah, I do shoot him here. And once again, I'm back in my middle spot. There's nobody in the sky right now, so I call on my Harrier strike. I don't know why I keep calling it Harrier, but it's a VTOL. So that there was a guy up top here. I didn't know that at the time, but all is well. So, you know, just gonna start on another streak. I noticed a guy to my right. I end up getting him, and it's just a matter of just building up the streak again. My VTOL jet is in. It actually did very well. It usually doesn't do well for me. My friends can attest to that. But once again, map awareness, realizing that my teammates are right behind me and around me. Now, unfortunately, nobody noticed that guy, but for the most part, I'm just going where my teammates are. And right now, they're at the HQ. So what I'm doing is I'm looking opposite of my team because I know they're going to be spawning there. Just pay attention to where I look, and pay attention to where my enemies are, or I'm sorry, my teammates are on the map. You'll notice that if they're behind me, I'm looking in front of me. If they're to the right of me, I'm looking to the left. Because especially on Rust, you'll notice that that's where the enemy's spawning. I mean, where better to look than where the enemies are, right? So my teammates are behind me now. I know they could potentially be spawning A, although they did capture the headquarters already. So I'm just playing conservative. Right now, I call in the UAV, realize they're spawning seaside. Once again, get to my little spot and try to pinch them here. So I do notice that they're looking at me right there. Just playing conservative, but you know, this happened a lot during the game. They called in a precision airstrike, which screwed me over so many times. I mean, I do not know how it got me so many times in that position. Like, especially in the middle of the map. You get a nice little 3-piece here, maybe even more. There's 4, 5, 6. That was a 6-piece. That's pretty nice. And right there, I'm already on my VTOL streak again. So once again, I notice where my teammates are. They're not anywhere near me except for this one guy. So I do know that the enemy is potentially spawning around me. And it's either to my right or left for the most part, right? Unfortunately, I do get pinched because my teammate wasn't around. He ended up dying. So once again, calling in another VTOL. And working on another streak. Now, one thing I want to mention as well while we're watching this is, one thing I do want you guys to try to pay attention to is your ammo awareness. And what I mean by that is realizing how much ammo you have in the magazine, because a lot of times I get into a position where I'm really going on a streak, but then I end up having no ammo to work with and I ended up dying, you know. So you saw that in the beginning of the game. I went on a pretty decent streak, but I ended up losing the ammo, so it didn't necessarily benefit me. It actually hurt me. I get a nice little 2-piece. I'm going off right now. My VTOL's going off. And I'm just, once again, camping the HQ. None of my teammates are around me. And, I'm sorry, they're to the right of me now. So I probably realized they're going to be spawning back B. I noticed a guy that's walking on the pipeline. I shoot him right here. And I just maintain a look on the left side. Now, I do realize my teammate spawned B. So chances are they're going to be to my right. So I'm going to eventually look that way here. Yep. This was a mistake here because I ended up pushing prematurely, as you'll see. Yeah. Yep, I pushed prematurely. I didn't look the right way. I do not even know what I was looking at, to be honest, but sometimes I get carried away here. So another thing I want to talk about, guys, is try to maintain cover. Now, I know on Rust it's not that easy to maintain cover. That is one reason I actually kind of go to that middle portion of the map, because I have a lot of cover, a lot of kind of areas that the enemy can't really shoot. So I think that's a good thing here. As you'll notice, I am running and gunning at this point, but one of the two things is either have your ADS up like I have, or maintain cover and move from cover to cover, whether it's the barrel, the cement, whatever it is, and that will benefit you heavily because the enemies, you know, might not be able to shoot your head or might not be able to shoot your body because you're covered. So it's one thing. It's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. And kind of touching up on what I was mentioning as well, teammate awareness. Just knowing where your teammates are on the map is going to influence where the enemy is going to spawn. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, and I'm trying to kind of teach people and show through my videos that it's quite possible to dictate where everybody is on the map, regardless of a UAV, personal radar, or even an advanced. Because simply put, when you read where your teammates are, what you always want to remember is that the enemy is going to be opposite of your teammates. So always focus on the opposite of your teammates, and chances are you'll be good. Like right now, I'm alone, right? I'm alone on Seaside. My teammates are at the HQ, kind of around that middle area. So my thought process is, hey, they're probably going to be spawning either back B or behind the cargo area all the way to where I'm looking now. I notice somebody's on it. I end up throwing a bouncing Betty because chances are somebody's going to run over there. I ended up getting a nice kill. Another one was on there, so pretty nice here. Got a UAV, just calling it in. Kind of looking at both areas, and then I noticed they spawned behind the little cover over here to my right. I'm not sure what it's called actually. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes spawns can be spontaneous, and what I mean by that is the logic where the enemy is going to be where your teammates are not can be flawed in a few ways. As you can see right there, I had no idea that guy was coming. I probably should have, but oftentimes I reloaded the wrong times, so that was one scenario. Once again, trying to get to my middle spot, waiting for my teammates to cap the HQ. I will say I don't really play too much OBJ just because I'm trying to get on streaks and get high kills. But that leads me into my next point, which is guarding the objective. And you know, for the most part, what I mean by that is if you don't play the OBJ in a game, I totally understand it. If you're going for kills, I respect it. But what you want to do is at least try to guard the objective or get your kills central to the objective. And what I mean by that is, for instance, for this particular example, on this headquarters game, basically what you want to be doing is just shooting people in and around the headquarters. Make sure they don't cap. Try to get them from spawn. And honestly, just do anything in your power to manipulate the enemy from getting the points. And as you can see, it's kind of tied right now. I'm actually not certain who wins this game. Nonetheless, though, I try to take my own advice in the sense that I try to guard the objective, make sure my teammates are covered, and just basically go from there. Now, there are moments I do go for the OBJ, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, I'm just focusing on high kills, high streaks, and things of that nature. Now, another small tip, guys, is kind of class setup and gun awareness. What I mean by that is, you know, don't use a gun that's not suitable for a particular map. Now, what I mean by that is, like on Rust, you're not generally going to use like a sniper or even an LMG. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. You're more so likely to use an assault rifle or an SMG because it's close quarters, it's very fast paced. But the caveat here is that we're running a HOLGER-26 class that's, you know, it's actually very, very similar to an assault rifle in the sense that it has high mobility and control, a quick ADS speed, high fire rate, and increased accuracy. So as you can see right here, I'm just popping off on people, basically using it like an SMG assault rifle, right? You see me no-scope this guy. So we're doing a pretty good job here. I notice people are to my left and right, spawning back B and back A as well. However, I'm doing my best to kind of use the map to my advantage and go from there. So one thing I will say is that this gun from distance is a little bit suspect, only because, you know, it once again is an LMG. It doesn't really have that you know, long range potential. But as you can see, guys, we actually won the game. That is it, 66-59, dropped 70 kills in the game. I really hope you guys did enjoy this style of video. I really just thought I would talk to you about how I play. A lot of people kind of ask what's going through my head. A lot of you guys in the comment sections want to know, like, what am I doing? What are my settings? Things of that nature. Let me know if you enjoy it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.